7:49 p.m. Tuesday, July 13th, 2021. Episode number 873 of Oh Yeah Dude. My name is Jonathan, and this is Seth. Hello, Seth.
Hello, Jonathan. 873 episodes. Oh Yeah Dude, America.
Seems like a lot.
It's astonishing.
If you were into something, if you watched something, listened to something,
yes,
and you were like, this is cool.
We're very
and somebody
lucky.
was like, guess what? There's 873 of them.
We're very lucky.
I would be like, all right, I'm in.
Sounds like they know what they're doing. You got a birthday coming up. You're going to be 44. I guess when you started, you were 28.
That's fucking nuts.
I'm going to be 48 just soon after that. September 20th. Don't hesitate to come to that show in Detroit at the Majestic on September 18th. Get your tickets now. Majestic, Detroit. I will be 48. I started when I was 32. When I was 32...
Mine sounds crazier. They're both insane.
They're both insane. I guess, yeah, mine's... Yeah, because they're 28, but you were 28 and I was 32. We were friends and we started a show. You're now 44 and I'm 48. It's insane.
Still working on it.
We're still working every
Working out the
episode on
kinks.
it. But let me give you some good news.
Oh, that's bad news. What you just gave me. Okay, fine. Just to clarify.
I can't believe how time just marches on. It's an amazing, it's a testament to our friendship. It's a testament to how lucky we are that people listen to this show.
Yeah.
How thankful we are. I assume that they're entertained.
At least
I know
moderately.
I am.
Yeah.
I'll give you something that will entertain them, us, we.
Uh-huh.
The Last Duel is an upcoming British-American historical drama directed by Ridley Scott. It's based on based on the book The Last Duel, a true story of trial by combat in medieval France by Eric Jaeger. The screenplay is written by... It's coming out on October 15th of 2021 by 20th Century Studios. So on October 15th, there's a film coming out.
A period piece.
A period piece. It was filmed in France in February and March of 2020. COVID hit. And then the crew and cast got back together in Ireland in September and October because it's castles
to finish it out.
Lush landscapes. In 14th century France, knight Jean de Carouge and his squire, Jacques Larry, are ordered to fight to the death after Carouge accuses Larry of raping his wife. This sounds intense, insane. The cast, Matt Damon, Adam Driver, Ben Affleck. Oh my God, thank you. Are you fucking kidding me?
All right, so hold on. Are we talking about those three men in 14th century France?
France, they called it.
Speaking in English with French accents?
Probably.
Insane.
Best movie ever. Never been a more entertaining movie than this movie.
If you could, I mean, who...
If as an exercise, if you were on mushrooms and someone said, hey, they're making you see this book? They threw the book to you. They're making a movie out of it. Who you want to cast for the three dudes?
I'd say Ben Affleck,
Matt Damon, and Adam
Vin Diesel.
Driver.
Vin Diesel.
Can't get him. Adam Driver. Best movie ever.
I mean, Adam Driver looks the part.
Oh, yeah.
Tall, crazy features.
Yeah, he'll be like...
Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are not...
What do you mean?
They're not like...
What do you mean? How you like them apples?
They don't have timeless...
How you like them croissants?
Timeless looks. And that's not to say that they're not handsome.
Two best actors of our generation.
However, maybe not the two best actors of 14th century France.
I can't not wait. It's going to be... Oh my God! The lush fields.
The duels and tights.
Duels?
No, I think it's... Is it...
Oh, is it duels? Well, Ridley Scott's first movie from 1977 is The Duelists, with Keith Carradine and Harvey Keitel. So it's one of those like.
So this is his last movie? He's
So this is first movie, and how do I say goodbye? I had Keitel and Carradine. I now go Damon and Javel. Your movie fucking sucks.
I can guarantee.
You made a movie. We described the movie
3 years ago
via its Wikipedia page. You made a movie 10 years ago. You made a movie. It's the best movie ever
do we get to see
made.
this?
It's October 15th. Literally, we will be there like first showing. Let's do it.
Psycho.
Dressed up in period garb. The two of us.
Super authentic.
Guaranteed. My God,
This
red
is my
wine.
squire.
This is my squire, Roma. Are you fucking people crazy? Yeah.
The answer
and
is-
that's what's so good
the
about
answer
it.
is yes.
It's not no. It's
yes.
yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. I mean, Jonathan and I were going over. There's a lot of big movies coming out, but that one jumped out at us as like
a
treat.
A red flag.
I mean, that's guaranteed nominations across the board right there. Bing, bang, boom. Oh my God, I cannot wait for the 2023 Academy Awards. When will that be? 2022?
When Affleck and Damon
When
tie.
they're back up.
They tie for best actor.
Oh my God. French Will Hunting, and they're both just, we did it again.
How's you like them apples?
Oh my God.
How's you like them apples?
It's a dream. Damon's back. Stillwater. The Last Duel. He's back where he belongs. Silver screen. Meanwhile,
He's also got a little cameo in No False Move,
No Sudden Move.
which I did not like.
Oh, you didn't like it?
No,
Really?
it's very boring.
Oh, you were bored, huh?
Quite.
You don't like twists and turns.
There was no twist and turn.
Yo,
It was
you don't-
boring.
Oh, really?
It was a little boring. It was fine.
Okay,
but
you
Seth
were.
had told me that I was going to enjoy it more than I
I
did.
thought you were gonna dig it.
I didn't. It was a little. It was a little boring. I thought it was boring.
Well, I'll talk to my friend Steven. Let him know what you said.
I mean, I don't know how else to put it.
It was
other than
boring. You were bored.
It was boring.
On your couch with a coffee.
Benice,
Boring.
like, sleeping through the movie.
Okay.
He's good because he's good, but he's just like...
How do you like the Cheadle
phoning-
effect?
I like Cheadle.
Okay.
But just...
Good to see Miss Fox back on the screen.
She's a bad actress, but
Okay.
all right.
Okay. How about a little Leota? Can I interest you in some Leota?
No.
I get you some Brendan Fraser and
That
a character turn.
That I liked.
I love it.
Love it. But
Brendan
that
coming
was,
in.
That was not enough to carry me through the
Wasn't
film.
enough. Mums? What about Mums? Wasn't enough.
All
All right.
I didn't like it that much.
I have a movie for you.
I didn't
It's
hate
called-
it.
It's coming on October 15th.
What's it called?
It's called... what was it called?
Duels.
Les Duels.
Human pollution is often evident from oil slicks and plastic drifting on shore. But many of the drugs that humans consume will often end up washing out in the water, and current effluent treatment is not equipped to deal with them. Drugs such as fluoxetine, also known as Prozac, creeping into waterways can embolden fish
Learned about this.
and alter their behavior. However, pharmaceutical pollution doesn't end with prescribed medications. Illegal drugs such as methamphetamine can also accumulate in waterways. Whether it be illicit drugs altering fish behavior at levels increasingly observed in the surface water bodies was unclear, says Pavel Horky of the Czech University of Life Sciences in Prague, Czech Republic. He and his colleagues from the same university have investigated whether or not the brown trout are at risk of addiction from illegal methamphetamine in their waterways. The researchers discovered that they are. And the team has published this alarming discovery. After isolating brown trout in a tank of water laced with methamphetamine at a level that has been found in freshwater rivers for 8 weeks, Horky and his colleagues transferred the fish to a freshwater tank and checked whether the animals were experiencing withdrawal, offering them a choice between fresh water or water containing the methamphetamine every alternate day for 10 days. If the fish had become addicted to the low levels of methamphetamine in the water, they would be feeling the effects of the withdrawal and would seek the drug when it was available. Tracking the fish's choices, it was clear to the team that the trout had spent 2 months in methamphetamine water had become addicted, selecting water containing the drug as they suffered withdrawal during the first 4 days after moving to freshwater. In addition, the addicted fish were less active than the trout that had never experienced the drug, and the researchers found evidence of the drug in the fish's brain for up to 10 days after the methamphetamine was withdrawn. It seems that even low levels of illicit drugs in waterways can affect animals that reside there. Horky is also concerned that drug addiction could drive fish to congregate near unhealthy water treatment discharges in a search for a fix, as well as disturbing their natural tempo of life. The elicitation of drug addiction in wild fish could represent another example of unexpected pressure on species living in urban environments.
Get that fix. Go buy that runoff. You want that
That's
fresh
how the
water?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were born.
Is that how it is? I thought that was the Chuds.
I don't know. The cannibal humanistic underground dwellers?
The Chuds. Not the Juds. The Chuds.
Winona Chud.
Winona Chud? Oh. Hey, is everything okay?
No.
No. Far from okay.
from it.
Do you want fresh water? No, I want
I
the
want
good
meth
water.
you stupid.
The good stupid water. Stupid. I'm not stupid. You are. And all my friends.
All my emboldened friends.
Oh my God, getting that runoff.
Me and my macho emboldened friends hanging out by the runoff.
Hang out by this runoff. Getting that Mountain Dew. Get that fucking meth mouth. What are you fishes on? What are you dining on?
Sour Patch Kids and meth.
Yeah, just run over some fucking hot Cheeto dust, fucking runoff Sour Patch Kids. Did a little bit of meth, a little dew. Oh my God, they're just fucking partying. What's going down there? What are all these trout doing?
Why are they being so mean to me?
Why are they having so much? Why are they being mean to me?
And having so much fun amongst
Now,
one
once you go
another.
fishing, catch one, eat that, and repeat the cycle.
Oh, that's, I think, the idea.
Circle of meth. Is everything all right? No.
Not at all. Not in the slightest
It's
bit.
just all fucked up.
Oh, it's so bad.
He does. I didn't know he did drugs. He didn't. He fishes.
He just is an
And
avid
then
fisherman.
it's a
and now he's
crazy-
like
he
just
lays-
hanging out by the runoff all the time. He just lives down by
the
the
runoff
runoff.
trout. Yum, 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 yum. He's eating runoff trout. It's a
Terrible.
we're not here for that long. It's all an
Not
illusion.
at this rate.
Not at this rate.
Not at all.
The Illinois Caverns.
Is that a team?
That does sound like a good team. That's an expansion, yeah. The Illinois Caverns reopened to the public after being closed for 10 years. When you walk into these caverns, they got a constant temperature of 58 degrees when you go.
These
into
are a
this
naturally occurring
naturally
place.
occurring cave in Illinois.
It's where all the children go missing.
This is where the children go missing. This is located as a 4-part Netflix doc. Located south of Waterloo, the Illinois Caverns, they were closed in 2010 as a precaution against the spread of white nose syndrome, a fatal disease that affects certain types of bats. It's a fungal disease.
That we give them?
I think the bacterium, the fungi that lives within, they can get this. I guess in their natural habitat. Doesn't seem like a place we should put children in to be snatched by the bats. It's been closed for 10 years. I don't know if now, after seeing as what happened with the bats for the last year and a half,
This would be the best.
is now the best time after 10 years.
Maybe they got
Right when we forgot about
maybe they're asking people to go and settle some scores.
Okay, get them back. You get a little rock with your admission, free admission. We certainly didn't like to see the site closed, but the closure did allow us to complete some necessary work to ensure the safety and enjoyment of our visitors once we reopened.
So it was the safety of the visitors, not of the bats?
I think maybe the bats get crazy, and so then it's
with the white nose syndrome.
Yeah, so then they go down and give it to you to give you that white nose syndrome. I got another kind of white nose syndrome. You know what I'm saying? Wanky. Permit application, minimum of 4 people, no admission charge. Due to high levels, this is from there, you have to fill out a waiver. in
Saying
a
if you-
consent form. Due to high levels of bacterial coliform in the cave, do not drink any water or expose open wounds to the cavern's waters. Jonathan, you would dip your open wound elbow into these waters. And
magical healing
See what? Oh, they're
cavern
magical
waters?
healing cavern waters. Trust. It's bubbling. You need 3 battery-powered sources of light, appropriate footwear with a treaded sole, protective clothing, and a hard hat. But again, it's free. But again, is it a good idea? If you've been closed for 10 years because of something to do negatively with bats,
Maybe not the time.
is now the time to reopen Bat World.
Batmine.
Come on, kids.
We're going to Batmine.
Well, Daddy, I read about... Shut up. Batmine time. I don't know. I ain't going. I wouldn't have gone 10 years ago, and I ain't going tomorrow. Let me know, though. It's dark in there. It's cold, too. 58 degrees.
At all times.
All times. Perfect
I like
temperature.
that.
I know you do. With your hard hat and your Timberlands going in there, dipping your elbows, you're fucking fucked up.
The mineral.
In the mineral, the
Minerals.
healing mineral salts. It's oozing and bubbling. Not the best time.
Oh, well, I'm just going to get into this because then maybe we can find some way of moving past it. The Justice Department is quietly amending its execution protocols, no longer requiring federal death sentences to be carried out by lethal injection and clearing the way to use other methods such as firing squads and poison gas. The amended rule, published in the Federal Register, allows the U.S. government to conduct executions by lethal injection or use, quote, any other manner prescribed by law of the state in which the sentence was imposed.
Okay, just free for all.
A number of states allow other methods of execution, including electrocution, inhaling nitrogen gas, or death by firing squad. It remains unclear whether the Justice Department will seek to use any methods other than lethal injection for executions in the future. A Justice Department official said that the change was made to account for the fact that the Federal Death Penalty Act requires sentences to be carried out, quote, in the manner prescribed by the law of the state in which the sentence is imposed, and that some of those states use methods other than lethal injection. The official told the Associated Press that the federal government, quote, will never execute an inmate by firing squad or electrocution unless the relevant state has it self-authorized that method of execution.
It's in some heavy stuff there. I thought we did. There's still some states. I thought we stopped that. There's still like Texas.
They don't give a
They don't give a
fuck.
fuck.
They don't care.
They're like, did you see that Matt Damon movie with Ben Affleck? Good Will Hunting? No, the one
No,
with
The
Adam
Duelist.
Driver. I did see that. Guillotine. Did we do the guillotine?
Death by guillotine.
Death by guillotine.
Listen, death by guillotine probably
That's probably
more humane than fucking, gas or electrocution. Right?
yeah.
I mean,
it's all pretty rough.
It all seems like
seems
it's easier on the viewer or the executor, but
the executioner.
what did I say? Executioner, and the people watching, because you don't have to see a head get chopped off or something. But the reality is that what's going on inside, from what we can tell, is a brutal death.
Yeah, you don't want that. That firing squad trying to pick which. How do they do that? Like somebody doesn't have a bullet or something. Like someone has a blank, so they.
You never know if you pulled it or not.
But like, I mean, if you're signing up for that job, you like
You were
you'd be
praying
pissed.
you don't get a blank.
Oh yeah. I mean, like,
Making sure.
yeah, I want to.
I brought my own.
Me slipping it in. This guy's all right. I mean, there's some jobs that
The thing
people.
about firing squad, what? It's like you can get shot like 50 times and not die.
I've seen a lot of movies where fucking Sonny on the Causeway, fucking Godfather. I mean, I don't know. There's got to be. Well, maybe don't do it. That'd be the
I would
first.
say first thing is maybe there's no good way to kill somebody.
Yeah, no, that's true. Like, I don't know what. And then each state you have to find out what their list is. Because there's some crazy ways to go. I want to be eaten by a shark.
I mean,
we're gonna
isn't it-
take you out to the ocean and
Would it not be decent?
Oh no.
Would it not be the decent thing to tell to leave the decision of how to the prisoner?
Like the last meal, you get to choose what you want to eat, and you also get to choose how you want to go.
No matter how elaborate.
I want to run across the country. What do you mean? I'm going to run until I die. Just going to run.
That could take 30 years. So be it. No, but I want to get shot out of a cannon into outer space, and I want to suffocate in the ionosphere, or I want to be eaten alive by sharks.
Is ionosphere choking on the list?
Exploded. I think you should be able to choose.
Okay.
If you're going to force such a brutal punishment onto a person, obviously that has been convicted of brutal crimes, heinous or brutal, or
if you will,
that maybe.
Yeah, we should have looked up I don't know how many states are still in the mix on that.
Death penalty?
I think most states are out of the mix on that.
I don't think so.
Really? I mean, if we're not in the mix.
Aren't we in the mix?
No, we're out of the mix.
Death penalty mix?
Yeah. And we're a big state. So you'd think all I know is Texas. Always seems something's happening in Texas. Oh, man.
27 states.
That's a lot of states. Is that more than weed? If there are more states that have capital punishment than you can smoke weed, dog, don't get me started.
36 states have medical.
No, I need full legalization. Medical ain't shit.
18 states have legalized.
18 states have legal marijuana, and how many states have capital punishment?
27.
Oh, man. I have a feeling that the 27 states that have capital punishment are not the 18 states that have weed.
There might be some overlap.
Could be not. The day after you found your crazy letter on your car that we talked about in the last episode, we were on the telephone.
Sorry. Capital punishment is a legal penalty in the U.S. state of California.
It is?
As of March 2019, further executions are halted by an official moratorium ordered by Gavin Newsom.
Okay. But it's still, he's just stopped it, but it's still on the books.
Lethal injection room in San Quentin prior to its disassembly in 2019. The last execution in California took place in 2006.
Okay.
There are, as of June 2021, their records show that there are 703 inmates in California awaiting execution. The lowest it has been since 2011, primarily due to suicide death or from other causes.
Oh,
so people on death row who are never going to get killed because there's a moratorium, but they're on death row, so they're hanging themselves or whatever the fuck, because it's just like, I'm just going to sit in this death sentence but not being killed forever.
Maybe die of old age, maybe?
Eventually, but die of old age. They reinstated... No, sorry. 23 women on death row in California.
There's string going here. Sure.
You want
tuck that in there?
A little blade or something to get it?
Reading this thing about Danny Trejo says when he was like 17 or 18 and was in L.A. County. I think it was 1961. Who's this tiny little inmate? Little guy. Kind of scared because he was a little wiry fella. Oh, it's just Charles Manson, who gathered everybody around and hypnotized him that he was like, can't get any drugs, you want heroin? Let me hypnotize you into this fucking, do you feel it rushing through your blood? And Danny Trejo and all these inmates getting hypnotized by Manson, that they were shooting heroin. Up dope, oh God, yes. All roads lead back to Manson. It always does. If Trejo leads back, it all leads back. All right, think about it. It's hitting your bloodstream. I'm going to do bad things when I get out of here. I love y'all. Whoa. Music. Peace out. The day after I was on the phone with you, I'm looking out the window, and that van pulled up out front that had big vinyl writing on the side of his van. He had...
What did it say?
It was
heavy stuff.
World Doctors Alliance. I went out there with a pen and a paper, and I'm like, I need to get I don't know how long this van's going to be here, but let me get the information I need. And I got that information for us. The World Doctors Alliance. Looked it up. It looks reputable. They represent a diverse range of opinions on various healthcare professionals. You know, robust, rigorous debate. Isn't that what it's all about?
Yeah.
You know, experimentation. And head doctor said that I was rewarded with dozens of shields, souvenirs, certificates, and tokens of appreciation. What the fuck does that mean? You were rewarded with dozens of shields? Souvenirs? Like a snow globe? Like certificates of authenticity, of course.
Yeah, and gift certificates.
And tokens of
He
appreciation.
meant gift certificates.
And an Outback Steakhouse gift certificate. I'm a doctor. So each one had a different sort of proposition, if you will. Coronavirus. It is a scam. It is a fake. Nazi also promised better life.
Okay.
Could have well done that, but it's okay. Government and media run by organized criminals. That checks out.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just about.
By 2030, you will not own anything. I mean, him?
Me?
Me and Jonathan?
No way.
No, come on.
I already got things I'm planning to buy in 2030.
Kidding me? You?
I've
Yes.
already got a list.
You and your van? Yes.
Yeah.
You will not own anything.
Sooner.
Sooner than 2030. By 2030, you mean September of 2021? mRNA and 5G to control the human race. Jury's still out on that.
Yeah.
Go look at your children in eyes and justify to them you are doing nothing.
Okay, I thought he was going to say and see
And
the
see
implant.
the truth. The micro truth.
The implant.
Ooh.
Gouge the implant
Gouge out implant of only left eye on female, right eye on male. Gather eye, bring to this address.
Gather eye.
Come.
Fuck.
Oh boy.
Heating up.
Come to my eye ceremony.
Heating up out here.
Look at all of my certificates, souvenirs,
Shields.
shields, medals, tokens, medallions. Doctor of the world, robust debate, rigorous experimentation.
So he sleeps in that van, you think?
He
As well as
definitely
this is like a mobile
proselytizes.
office.
It's a mobile life command center. MLCC. Yeah. So that just coming off the heels of we were on the phone and I'm like, wait, I mean, you were getting crazy with my boy Fred in Echo Park. I'm getting crazy out here. To go
Have
look
you
at
seen
it.
this car that was parked out here today that's got all the windows are plastered with the license plate is in the rear windshield and then
seen that.
it's like a Honda, but he's got Lamborghini and Porsche badges all over the back.
That's
and
trouble.
it was really crazy.
That's
but
trouble.
you cannot see into the car. Every window has been taped up with different pictures, sports teams, but it's all the sports teams, all the car brands, all the everything.
So much
It's
trouble.
really crazy.
It's really trouble. It's totally illegal.
and it's
Everything involved in it is bad news bears.
Yeah,
Do you
it's
have the bad news bears on there?
Yeah.
Chico's bail bonds, wake up.
Are you asleep?
Are you asleep? Like that fucking guy I found out there a few weeks ago.
That wasn't as
Dead asleep.
dead.
I'm like, I think this guy's dead. Then that father was walking by with his kid, and I was going to just be like, hey, should we check on this guy? But I'm like, I can't do that to his kid. I don't want the kid to see his first dead body.
Dead junkie
On
in
this, on this walk. So I just nodded at the dad, waved to the son, mRNA.
Check his eyes.
Looked in. I was just like, I don't want to get up in his business in this Celica, but what the fuck? Got to move street parking on his side at noon. This was 11:30.
You're like, I'm helping, doing this guy a solid.
But I'm like,
you used this as an excuse.
no, I was just like, I don't think he's hunched.
You saw the stomach move?
I saw the fleece jacket kind of move. So I backed away. There's multiple WD-40 cans in the back. I went.
You think he's huffing the
I
WD?
don't know what was
Can
happening.
you do that?
Drove away, came back an hour and a half later. Now it's luckily he's been an hour where he could have been ticketed at $73. probably wouldn't have been treating him that right. This time I'm like, I got to check on it. Gave an old knockaroo. Boom. Up. Hey, dude. I'm not going to tell you the rumor is I'm terrified of what's going on with you. I'm just going to say, like, hey, bro to bro, street cleaning. Hate to see you get busted, dog. So cool. We're going to peace out. Noon. And as I'm saying it, he's turning the ignition and like...
But without even... just moving.
Without... just the car's like, running over my foot and driving away.
Just autopilot.
Gone. Like, what's that? Baseball teams? What's on the back there? Is that every sports team?
All the teams.
All the teams. Like those jackets you used to buy where it's like all the teams. But the guy did it on his own to his car.
With plastic. Melted plastic.
And so I'm not supposed to like, so what's the protocol on that these days? Am I supposed to be like, hey, live and let live.
Pick a team.
Hey.
Pick a side.
Am I supposed to like dial 911 and start
supposed to follow
screaming?
him for as long as possible.
For days.
Without being...
all out to San Berdue.
Caught.
Just like...
A federal jury has convicted a timber thief who authorities said started a large forest fire in Washington state. This is a case that prosecutors said marked the first time tree DNA had been introduced in a federal trial. The jury deliberated for about 7 hours before convicting Justin Andrew Wilk, 39 years old, of conspiracy, theft of public property, depredation of public property, and trafficking and attempted trafficking in unlawfully harvested timber. The U.S. Attorney's Office for Western Washington said in a news release. The wood he sold to a mill in the city of Tumwater had been harvested from private property with a valid permit, Wilk said. But a research geneticist for the U.S. Forest Service, Richard Crone, testified that the wood he sold genetically matched the remains of 3 poached trees.
Fucking busted.
Wilk used gasoline to destroy a wasp's nest in the base of a maple tree that he was stealing, prosecutors said, though jurors did not convict him of charges related to the fire. Some witnesses testified that although Wilk was standing next to the nest when the fire began, they did not actually see his actions in the dark.
Oh, no, he did it. I mean,
he poached maple trees, prized as wood for musical instruments,
Justin,
and brought them to lumber mills. In July of 2018, a man who had just been released from prison, Sean Williams, joined the conspiracy. He pleaded guilty and was sentenced to more than 2 years in prison. In August 2018, the group decided to cut the maple tree that had the wasp's nest near the base, prosecutors said. The poachers sprayed insecticide and gasoline and then lit the nest on fire, starting a 5.2 square mile wildfire that became dubbed the Maple Fire, according to authorities. Firefighting efforts cost roughly $4.2 million.
Dude.
Williams testified during the trial that it was Wilk who set the blaze. The U.S. Attorney's Office said Wilk will likely face up to 10 years in prison.
This guy fucking sucks. This dude sucks. Hey, I'm Justin. You like musical? Do you like fine woods?
You like guitars?
Where'd you get it?
Legal off.
Legal ways.
Private
legal
property.
wasp ways.
Unfiery.
Completely insecticide, $4 million ways. So you can be one fucking doofus, go out into the world and set a fire that costs $4 million.
Rope other people in on it.
Well, no, you didn't rope anybody in. That guy came out and was like, what are we doing? I'm a fucking idiot too. Probably not only just the damage money-wise, I'm sure a lot of shit like, you know.
I mean, the trees themselves,
well,
they're
not
probably
to mention
like...
that, maybe somebody's fucking beautiful log cabin that they've lived in, someone's ATV. I just bought that ATV. Well, Justin lit it on fire.
He stole it.
He stole it and lit your ATV on fire that you bought yesterday. He's Justin. He's totally cool. Everything Justin's done in his life has been solid and dope since middle school. Anyone will tell you. Justin, what the fuck, man?
Suck, dude.
Justin, your shit fucked everything up for everybody.
Whatever.
What'd Sean do? Hey, Justin, what are you up to? Sean, come with me. Here's the deal. We're cutting down trees. People have been stealing wood for fucking hundreds of years. No one's going to find out. We're going to call in a special fucking witness from fucking...
The wood doctor.
Oh, yeah, the wood doctor. from fucking mahogany fucking 23.genomic.com. That doctor came in and was like,
It matches.
I ran the rings, baby. Anyone can do it. It matches. What? No, I got that legally. Where? Where would you have? Where? Anywhere you cut it down, it's not fucking yours, right? Trees, unless you maybe. Do you own the trees that are in your backyard? If you had a
That's
house?
what he was saying, that he obtained a permit and then cut down trees on somebody else's property, private property, which means that person was compensated accordingly. But it's all bullshit. But that's what you can do. I mean, if people own land, you can be like, I'm going to get a permit to do this. I'm going to compensate you, and then I'm going to take it to the mill and go sell it at my...
I'm Justin. I guarantee you payment.
I guarantee you everything. Everything
Don't worry about it.
On the up and up.
I am like a solid dude. I always have been.
Since middle school.
I'm 39, and I guarantee you this is the first weird thing I've ever done. I'm a really good guy. I'm a really nice guy. Anyone that does this kind of stuff at 39 probably haven't been doing anything really wild for the last 20 or 25, 30 years, baby. Justin. And people knew Justin. They went, I went to fucking high school. The dude, he was fucking insane. Justin!
So dumb.
He was so dumb. He used to walk into lockers and shit. Just people, we are all doing our best. A lot of damage, though. Some people do more damage than others. There's some people that make it through their whole lives, and they keep their damage at a minimum. They really, never cause $4 million worth of damage.
I mean...
You know what I mean?
I wonder how much damage I've caused.
Not $4 million
collectively?
Worth. A few $100,000.
Yeah, probably. But that's over a long period.
You're older than 39. I mean, you're 38
Early
when
50s.
I started the show. Justin. Dear Amy.
Oh, wow.
This is being written from a concerned friend. I received a save the date note for the wedding of the son of a very close friend of mine.
Wedding of the son of a very close friend of mine. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was searching the internet for the registry, and several porn sites with the bride's name came up in the search. My friend may already know about this, and I don't want to seem judgmental by mentioning it. However, if they don't know about it, and she is involved in something they might want to change their plans, what would you suggest I do?
I think it's none of your business, for one, but...
Number one.
But number
None
two...
of your fucking beeswax.
The deduction would be if it's the name that's on their registry,
Yeah.
and you can put that name into the internet and porn comes up, not like an alias, then they're aware that he's aware. Everyone's aware.
So just by...
If you can just punch in this person's Christian name and their fucking porns show up, then I think everyone's abreast of the situation.
If you
will. It ain't your job, that's for sure. Someone else between mother's friends, mother's oldest best friend. I mean, there's somebody else between you.
Let the baker take care of it.
Let someone else figure it out. Let a dirty uncle fucking...
Oh, dirty uncle, he'll take care of it.
He knows.
Oh, he's so psyched.
He knew when he first met her.
Yeah.
He spotted her without her name.
Wedding's next weekend. He's already in town a week early. Waiting. Dear concerned,
what do we talk? Okay, go ahead.
Listen, if you were able to find this wedding registry despite some initial confusion, then leave it alone. This is Amy again.
Wait, so you're going to be like, listen, I had some trouble finding your registry, but instead I found your porn, so maybe you could clarify for me?
Clarify for me.
What am I looking for here?
Spell it again.
What am I looking at? Did she confirm that it's just not the same name and it's just somebody doing porn under that name?
Under that name.
Not a lot of porn people use their names.
No, it's usually a different name, I think.
I think that's kind of the trend, the style.
Know. Maybe not anymore, though. Maybe not.
Maybe people just do it now?
Maybe people are just going with their real name.
Well, certainly I would maybe in I don't know. What does this bitch have to fucking tell?
Otherwise, you could notify the couple about the results of your online searches without attaching any judgment at all to your notification. Quote, when I was looking for your online registry, the following sites came up in my search.
You're on dick registry.
Yeah, it was on and this came up. It was a Pornhub. There was a Brazzers. There was an OnlyFans.
That means every single person that's going to go looking for this registry. So maybe this is the way that this couple has decided to break the ice to the family.
Or maybe,
like, by the way,
this is their way to, like, because weddings are so expensive, they wanted to bring the guest list down. So they just put out there so more people were like, I don't know if I want to
be a part of it.
Perfect. I thought you would want to know in case this creates confusion for other guests as well. I go back to none of your fucking beeswax.
I'd go back to Nunya. But also...
But yeah, what? So you typed in the name to find the registry. How many... I mean, no.
I don't believe maybe that's what happened.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, the husband, she walked in on her husband.
I think if this person is a adult film actress,
yes,
then this person typed in that person's, because you can find a porn star's, legal name, right?
Yeah.
So that means this person. It wasn't just like I typed in a name and porn came. It was like I typed in a name, found. I went. Yeah. There was 5 steps that you've omitted.
Paid for a Ben Verified account. Like, stop.
And so now you think maybe you've stumbled into something that has
your deep detective work.
Yeah, that's eluded authorities until now.
Until now, we're gonna get to the bottom of this.
Nunya. Trust me. Someone else will spill the beans, or they are already fully aware of it.
Can I give you another one?
Yeah, sure.
Jonathan, I need your help. I'm confused and hurt, and I'm writing to you.
I'm here.
My significant other of 20 years has had what I consider an emotional affair with a girl he met online a couple of months ago, playing an online spaceship game.
Boop! Oh, God.
He swears that it is nothing.
That was just an online spaceship.
And I'm blowing things out of proportion. And she's, quote, just a friend.
An interstellar friend.
Just an intergalactic
homie.
Space homie.
You're being silly.
You're being silly, humanoid. Oh my God. I happen to use his phone.
Okay, here we go again with these people lying about their circumstances.
Yeah, I just, as a flashlight,
stumbled into the porn sites
one night recently. I happened to use his phone as a flashlight one night recently, and it was left open, revealing a chat session between the two of them. He lied to her about buying things for me, although he is currently unemployed.
Wow. Weird. That's weird. Oh. So basically trying to be like, I'm the best husband.
All I do is she's so icy. It's freezing in here.
This bitch is so icy.
Oh my God.
You can only
She's like Quavo. She's fucking so icy in this apartment. I could do that for you.
Anyway.
I could not do that for you too. Oh yeah, I can't
stop.
Oh my God. Here I go again. Tiffany.com. Stop.
Somebody
stop me. Stop me. Stop me. She's so icy.
She's too icy.
Oh my God. And he told her that he loved her.
Okay.
Those words bother me greatly, and he continues to say it's nothing. He has broken plans with me to play other, in parentheses, exclusive games with her.
What does that mean?
And if I join his group of friends...
she leaves.
To play...
She bounces.
Excuse me. To play, he shares inside jokes with her while I'm there, and he ignores me.
Code.
Yeah, like code talk. Gleep glop. She's here. Oh, then gleep glop, gleep glop. Triple wank. I am trying to decide if this should be a...
Tell me 888-842-2357. What is this online spaceship game that they play?
Yeah, I need to know
what that
first.
is. Go ahead.
I'm trying to decide if this should be a deal breaker as he refuses to see my side, or that it hurts me to hear that I love you is apparently a meaningless phrase to him that I thought he used only for me and his very long-time friends. How can I approach this subject with him so he actually hears my concerns, or should I just end things now?
End things now.
Yeah, but what about all the jewelry she gets?
Jewelry she fake gets.
Fake gets.
If he's lying to her about shit he buys for you and telling her that he loves her,
Oh, wow.
there's some problems.
There's some fucking problems.
I'd be out until further notice. Until you can get down to the bottom of things, I would be out.
That's rough.
It's rough because it's a long time. It's a long time coming.
Man. 20 years of
fucking
non-gifts.
years, dog.
No
Of
gifts.
fake gifts.
20 years and no gifts.
I'm more offended probably by that. Like, it's one thing for you to just be like, you can't help yourself and you're just like in love with your intergalactic, like weird, like cyber slut.
Yeah.
But to lie to that person about shit, like you are telling that person that you are doing shit for me that you're not doing,
Yeah.
I would be like livid. Livid.
Oh, it's just like my forearms from vacuuming all day today.
I mean, it's
just what I do, I guess.
I mean, especially gifts, though. That's crazy. Because that's a
that's-
very pointed lie. Like, it's not even like pretending like you're a better
Yeah.
partner than you
Yeah.
are. It's
straight
it's
lies.
like lying like, oh, I just
another
just
vacation.
spoil this.
Another
I spoil this
vacation
girl.
for her.
Anyways, love
Anyways, 20 years, love you, 40 vacations. Oh, she's here.
you. Bleep, blop.
Bleep, blop.
Fuck you.
And so anyway, Frank was like, she's like, who's Frank? Don't worry about it. That's just
Code
code
between friends.
between Frank friends. Honey, yeah, a lot of rough things going on for people. So tough. But it's 20 years. How do you got to get out? You know?
I love the lie of the like.
It's great.
I was using the phone as a flashlight, and it
Yeah.
was like open to a.
Whoa,
It's
where's-
like
I can't find my
that
mag light.
is such a fucking.
No, I
it's
couldn't
all-
find it.
It's
I couldn't
all
find
lies.
it.
So it's
Everything-
like there's some part of me that feels
back
like
on his
I don't
side.
feel that, not on his side, but not that I want to feel worse for this person than I can bring myself to.
It's just like,
Because you're not being honest. You're asking for advice, but you're not being entirely honest about yourself.
You always have to use a flashlight,
Jonathan,
Jonathan.
Amy.
I mean, how many times have you used a flashlight and just had to when's the last time you actually never used a flashlight? It's just like never happens. Ever. If it happened, it would be enough of an event that would be mentioned. I needed a light because I needed a source of light.
I use my flashlight all the time on my
you
phone.
do?
Constantly.
Okay. Oh, really?
Constantly.
Okay, I guess I don't.
All the time. You don't have it.
Yeah, I'm out the loop.
Constantly.
So there's a source of light I'm missing. So the reason I should get a phone is not.
It's for a
It's
flashlight.
it's for light.
It's
It's
a
for a light
flashlight.
source.
It's a light
Well,
source.
I've made it so
It's a
far
life-
without it.
It's a life
It's a
source.
life source.
And a light source.
I've gone almost 48, but I need it because Jonathan uses his, I think, 3 times a week, you said?
What? I would say 2 to
Twice
3
a
times
day.
a day.
Because it's so dark in the desert?
No, I used it like that here too. There's all sorts of reasons to use it. Get a better look at things.
I gotta get a better look at my dick. Again. Life source.
Third time. Wait, do I have anything? I think I'm done.
No, what's that?
This one?
This one.
Oh, that's where I put it.
Oh, right there. Right there in front of me.
Oh, there she
in
is.
this huge room. There it is.
I have a bill that is making its way through
Okay.
Sacramento that could decriminalize some psychedelic drugs in California. San Francisco State Senator Scott Wiener introduced SB 519 in February. If passed, it would allow Californians 21 and older to possess certain psychedelics for personal use. These psychedelics include mescaline, LSD, MDMA, DMT, psilocybin, psilocine, and ibogaine.
Okay.
However, not ketamine.
Oh, specifically. They're afraid?
I think because ketamine is it's a dissociative anesthetic. It is not technically a psychedelic. It's not classified as a psychedelic drug, although it has.
Fuck it then.
It seems
Guess
to
I'll
have some
just make do with
psychedelic.
those other 6.
In May 2019, Denver, Colorado became the first city in the United States to decriminalize psilocybin mushrooms after an ordinance was admitted to the ballot and narrowly won with 50.6% of the vote. The initiative did not actually legalize mushrooms, but it does prohibit Denver from spending any resources to prosecute people for the use of or possession of them. The law applies to adults over the age of 18, and psilocybin remains illegal in Colorado. The following month, in June 2019, 30 individuals testified to the City Council in Oakland, California, about their prior experiences with psilocybin. Following those testimonies, the City Council unanimously voted to decriminalize the drug along with peyote. In January 2020, Santa Cruz, California
What
voted...
do you think those people, that was some
Must have been some compelling testimony.
I'd like to meet those people. Overwhelmingly, once they were done, listening to this person talk about that trip they took.
Yeah.
Wow.
In January of 2020, Santa Cruz, California voted unanimously to decriminalize the adult possession and cultivation of psilocybin. Commercial sale of psilocybin is still illegal. And in September of 2020, a city council for Ann Arbor, Michigan voted unanimously in favor of a resolution
Far away is that from Detroit?
It's a ways. Declaring the investigation or arrest of anyone for planting, cultivating, purchasing, transporting, distributing, engaging in practices with or possessing entheogenic plants or plant compounds to be the city's lowest law enforcement priority. I love that.
Keep it low. I mean, they say that.
That
though.
helps us, you and I, in our travels.
You never know.
That's what we need, because our stuff would involve cultivating, purchasing, transporting, distributing.
Ethnogen, what that word was, but whatever that is, yes.
Entheogenic.
Ooh, entheogenics. How low a level? Better be low.
Lowest law enforcement priority.
So if you ran, they're not going to run after you. I can't run.
That's below jaywalking. If you see me and I'm smoking DMT on the street, and you see someone jaywalk, you have to turn your back on me and chase down that jaywalker.
Shoot them in the back. Shoot that woman in the back.
In November of 2020, the state of Oregon became the first U.S. state to both decriminalize psilocybin and also legalize it for therapeutic use after the ballot measure 109 passed. In November 2020, the District of Columbia passed Initiative 81. The short title of the initiative was the Entheogenic Plant and Fungus Policy Act of 2020.
Good name.
That came into effect on March 15th, 2021. That decriminalized psilocybin drugs, which are psychedelics including magic mushrooms, ayahuasca, and mescaline, making arrests for their possession or use the lowest priority for the DC police. In January 2021, Washtenaw County, Michigan followed suit. That same month, the City Council for Somerville, Massachusetts also voted unanimously to decriminalize possession of entheogenic plants, including psilocybin and ibogaine. In February 2021, the City Council of Cambridge, Massachusetts did, and in April 2021, Northampton, Massachusetts followed. What's up with Massachusetts? They seem to be making a good push here. That might be a statewide decriminalization of psychedelic drugs.
Tom Brady left.
So what Brady left, so they all need to trip and figure it out.
Got nothing left.
They need
the
to come
goat's
to terms
gone.
with this trauma that
the second he left, they're like, "Fucking go." He's gone. Can I do these entheogenics? Yes, you can. He's gone. He's never coming back. He's not walking through those doors.
He'll never come through those doors again.
He'll never come through those doors again, officer. And then the officer takes mushrooms, and everyone's just like crying and holding each other.
No ma,
no ma, Bobby Orr. Wow, you guys went fucking mental, huh? Yeah, the whole state went crazy.
So, I mean, that sounds promising.
On paper, and when you read it...
It sounds overwhelmingly promising.
But then I was thinking...
It's like 4 counties.
It's like 70 people out of like 400 million. So it's really bad, actually. In fact, it illustrates how bad it is.
And you thought that it was something to get excited about.
So really, it's only
actually
about
depressing.
Pockets of places where an athlete is so beloved in the city, you just have to find that. And when he leaves, then you can like allow that, because the only way for the populace to like get through it, is really comes down to that. God, man. He's not coming back, huh? Every stop in Massachusetts, the cop just leans in and is like, "You were speeding," and he's not coming back.
Here,
and then you're like, "Why is the whole family crying in here?" It's like, because we were just talking about how he's not coming back.
Do you want some peyote?
Do you want peyote? My daughter has ayahuasca. And then he calls his partner over, and then they're all tripping on something different, crying. And then a tourist from another country is like, oh my God, there's an entire family tripping on drugs with the police. What happened? And they were like, the goat left. They're like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking
Goat
about.
left.
The goat left. We find ways.
We'll find a way.
We'll find a way.
Love finds a way.
Love and life and Tom Brady find ways. Man.
We'll see. Oregon, Colorado, definitely places to watch because that is getting. I mean, Oregon especially because it's sort of statewide.
It's just getting dirty.
We're gonna see what happens.
Just get more bare
see how
feet.
dirty it gets up there.
More fucking locks, more fucking dirty feet.
It won't take much though. I mean, somebody jumping off a building or something on mushrooms and they'll fucking repeal
they'll
that
find
shit
a
real
way.
quick. Well, that's what happened in Amsterdam.
Shit.
There was a tourist that like freaked out and jumped off their fucking
Never smoked weed
Airbnb.
before?
No, they were eating mushrooms. They had
okay.
fungus was legal there, and
Shit.
they repealed that because of a tourist death
Stupid
of
tourists.
like basically. Stupid Americans and Germans and shit
Yeah.
coming and partying there, eating mushrooms, getting out of their minds, and
Falling
then
off a balcony.
that kind of shit.
Damn
So
it.
when I was there, they only had these. They called them truffles, and they were some type of psychedelic truffle that wasn't. They weren't mushrooms. They were some type of like a truffle that was psychedelic, very mushroom-like. I can't say that I had a great time on them, but you couldn't buy mushrooms in those shops anymore. You could only
those
buy
dumb
these
tourists.
psychedelic truffles because the truffles had made it past the ruling. But I don't know if that's been repealed since then. If you can just have mushrooms now again there, but there was a big pushback at that time to people not wanting it to become this like hash and weed destination basically, and so there was a lot of people in Holland that were just like we're not down with this.
We're not Massachusetts. Cut it out.
I don't know, but we'll see.
You been to Wisconsin?
Yes.
Do they call it America's Dairyland?
Yes.
The cheese state?
Yep.
Again, this has happened before. We have no official state cheese.
California doesn't?
Wisconsin.
Oh, Wisconsin
How is that
doesn't.
possible?
Because there's too many to choose from.
Wow. A new bipartisan bill would change that, giving the distinction to Colby cheese, created in Wisconsin more than 100 years ago. Colby cheese is the only cheese invented in the state of Wisconsin in 1885. Colby is a nutty flavor, an orange color, similar to cheddar, yet it's softer, moister, milder.
Moister?
Moister.
That's the word?
Moister.
Not more moist?
Moister. Let me check that.
Colby Jack is a
Yes, Monterey Jack, I read, is sometimes
mixed-
combined.
Yeah, Colby
I didn't
Jack
know
is
that.
a popular.
You guys got a state cheese?
well,
There's too many to fucking choose from.
I didn't know that was the only one that's been invented there. Colby absolutely should be the state cheese.
Oh, so you think this is like a no-brainer?
I didn't realize it was such a no-brainer.
Comparative adjective, moister? Slightly wet, damp, or humid? I don't know, man. Is that a good cheese? You're going to stand behind this.
I don't know.
This just runs through
I've
the
never
fucking...
had Colby cheese by itself.
You've only had it
Colby Jack.
with a Monterey Jack collab.
I've only
I love that collab.
Only had the collab.
I love that when Supreme hooked up with fucking Colby Jack and Monterey Colby. No, shit. You got to get a cheese, guys. Try to do it before we're there. Get your shit together. Have a cheese.
I don't see what the argument is. How can you not? You're known as the cheese capital, and you
It's
only have one cheese that you invented there.
in the state.
It's Colby.
It's
The problem
so-
is that Colby isn't popular enough on its own.
And you don't want to have...
Needs Jack to help elevate it.
If you don't put a little Monterey Jack on that,
you're fucking up.
you're fucked.
That's the problem.
Would you like some Colby cheese?
No, I'd rather have cheddar.
You said-
but if you said Colby Jack, then it's
Oh,
a different story.
damn.
That's the problem.
When you said Colby, you meant cheddar.
Colby is there is inherently known as an inferior cheddar.
Because it's softer and moister
It's
and
too
milder.
moist.
This is too mild and moist.
I'm gonna get some Colby cheese on
Alone?
the way home,
And just eat it. But it'll be so wet.
but I'll call you and tell you how wet it is.
So orange and wet. Oh, man.
Shelf life 3 to 4 weeks.
He wanted cheddar. Sir, we only have Colby.
Disgusting.
That's when you're like, I'm leaving. Thank you.
It's also Colby Jack is also known as Kojak.
Oh, I'm going to use that when I'm in town. Yeah.
Where was Monterey Jack invented?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
It's an American white semi-hard cheese. It's known for its
Nutty, mild, moist flavor. But do you have Colby?
In the earliest form, Monterey Jack was made by 18th century Franciscan friars of Monterey, Alta California.
Whoa!
Then, California businessman David Jacks sold the cheese commercially. He produced the mild white cheese that came to be known eponymously as Jack's cheese, and eventually Monterey Jack.
Oh yeah, dude. Wow.
There was also a successful dairy operation in Big Sur, California, that was regarded for its Monterey Jack.
What about your fucking Misha's Kind Foods?
Oh my
your
God.
Plant-based cheeses.
Yo, don't sleep on that shit.
Your black truffle.
Seth put me on.
Your 7.5.
Seth put me up on some game today.
Your smoked cheddar.
Very good, these spreads.
I like, when Jonathan comes over, I'll put out
he's been really treating me. He's been
charcuterie-
spoiling me lately.
A vegan charcuterie plate for a dear
not-
friend.
I will not-
It's a long fucking drive here.
Thank you. I didn't realize that all it took was me moving further away to
Yeah.
start receiving such treatment when I arrived at your abode.
Wow, man.
Yeah, he's been kicking it down. We got beverages, but today was a real treat.
nothing
This is
really-
a local vegan.
Nothing really pairs better with the 7.5 is the habanero, jalapeno, and strawberry. You do a little fruit punch A-shock, and it's just like...
My understanding is that this is the only vegan... let me just get the information.
Where do you get this idea?
From them. You sent it to me.
I did?
Yes.
Hey, I send a lot of information. You know how it is?
Hold up. This
send a-
from your email.
I send a lot of vids. I send a lot of fucking stories. Hey,
All right.
that's what I do.
Hold on. There's so many of these of us talking shit. All right, so you write me an email that says, this is the best. Mishka Kind Foods.
Nice of me.
Misha's Kind Foods.
You're like, who is this? I'm like, it's Seth.
Who the fuck is this?
Seth who?
Real cheese, no dairy.
That's what it says.
Misha's cheeses are the finest non-dairy spreads on the market today. Delicious and healthy. Made from cashew and almond milk base and blended with various locally sourced fresh herbs, vegetables, and spices. We do not use vegetable oils. We do not use soy, fillers, starches, or nutritional yeast. Okay, Misha's is a plant-based dairy alternative company. The company was co-founded by Chef Ian Martin and Aaron Bullock and began operating in 2018. In that short time, it has established itself as the, quote, best dairy-free cheese on the market. California has certified and licensed Misha's as a dairy company, which allows us to legally use the word cheese
Interesting.
on our cheeses. They also recently signed with Choice Foods, a broker who is helping to bring Misha's cheeses to the world stage. I wish you the best of luck. It is a fine product.
They got a Colby?
I don't know if they're probably working on a Kojak.
You know how difficult a Kojak, a plant-based Kojak is? I've been working on it for 40 years.
It's the moistness.
The moistness and the orange nutty flavor.
Moister.
This is milder.
I love it, but it's
moister.
I need it moister than
Is that
this.
a word? Yes, it's the comparative adjective of mild.
moist.
Of moist. Yeah, dude.
Don't sleep on it, though.
Thank you
Get
so
some
much
Misha
for joining
cheeses.
us.
Tell him, oh yeah, dude sent you.
Yeah, hey, Misha. Jonathan sent me, and some other guy emailed him. He didn't
Misha
know who
Barton.
it was.
Misha
Barton,
Barton,
Seth
vegan
Green
shoes.
sent me.
This is, oh yeah, dude.
This was 873 of our
Yeah.
comedy podcast. I guess if you could just be a love and come back for 874.
Fuck yeah.
It's started in February of 2006. It's July of 2021. Come see us. We got some tickets left for that second show at the Lodge Room in Highland Park on Jonathan's birthday, Saturday, August 7th.
Our first time, our first live
I
show.
don't even remember. I would have to look up when the last
We
live
don't know
show
when.
was.
It's got to be a couple of years almost.
And then September 18th at the Majestic in Detroit. Please come see us if you're in Chicago. And
In Detroit?
October.
We're playing in Detroit.
Yeah,
Please
but I'm
come
saying
see us
if you're in
as far as
please come. We're playing in Detroit. Please come see us if you're in Chicago
or anywhere else.
or anywhere else. And then Saturday, October 30th, we'll hopefully have this cleared up. This cheese mess cleared up by then.
Hopefully they'll have declared a state cheese by then. Otherwise, we might not go on stage.
We'll not go on stage. I'm going to need to speak to my representative.
I'd like to get the governor on the phone.
You say you think Colby's a
Now
no-brainer
that
if it's
you've
invented.
provided me that
Yes.
information, I don't understand how there could be
Colby,
such a
Wisconsin.
how they
What?
could deprive Colby of this honor.
Do you think that people don't like Colby alone there? Is that just it?
Yes.
They don't like it.
Yeah.
And do you want a cheese to be the state cheese if nobody
I
likes
wonder
it?
if you use Colby to make curds. Is Colby cheese used to make squeak? Can you make Colby squeak?
I would need it if it wasn't.
Colby squeak.
Colby Squeak.
He's a great country western songwriter.
His songs, they're about like heartbreak
For
and
one.
like trucks
and home.
and home and dirt.
Colby squeak.
Church.
Oh,
God, he's a wonderful artist. Colby Squeak.
quickly in Patreon news, we, as I mentioned on the show previous, we are not
Self-medicated.
We are self-medicated, listener supported. We do not do commercials or ads. The way that you can support this show is by pledging to us on Patreon. In the coming months, we are going to be phasing out $1 and $3 pledge levels. If you are a $1 or $3 pledger, please go to Patreon and consider upping your pledge to $5. We will no longer be accepting new pledges at $1 or $3. It just doesn't make enough sense for us. The amount of time and the amount of fees and stuff that we wind up paying, it just doesn't seem to make sense. Everyone has raised their prices, PayPal, Patreon, and the percentage that they take. So if you are a $1 or $3 pledger, please consider pledging at the $5 level. And once we get those 1 and 3s done and phase them out, it'll just be one tier. Everyone will get everything, basically. All video shows, all archives, all everything. Obviously, if you want to pledge more than that, please do, and we will try to incentivize that in whatever way we can. But if you're, like I said, a $1 or a $3, think about that, and we will not be accepting any new $1 and $3 pledges. So if you're to go and sign up, that will be no longer an option. Please, like I said, know that is coming from as tender a place as possible. In the meantime, we are also be trying to continue bringing these episodes, video episodes, doing the best that we can, and being as consistent as we can. It's never easy for Seth or I to address this kind of stuff, but it's also necessary because it's how we live, and it's how this show lives and grows and continues in the unique fashion that it does. So, like I said, we try not to browbeat you with it, but please go and do that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just want to continue so lucky to get to do the show. I want to just keep doing the show because it's just the show. It's such a great.
Also,
I mean, you were talking about. I was just tripping. I don't know. We're talking about ages and like when we started, and I'm thinking we're incredibly lucky that we've been doing it for that long, because in whatever's happened and with podcasting, and we've seen it sort of like from the beginning, kind of. That's trippy, but like we wouldn't have been able to do that. You and I wouldn't have been able to start now.
No,
that wouldn't have been able. That
I mean, just everything.
The rate to get to do this,
the pace at which we've done
I'm just
things.
Like, this is the best thing I'll ever do. if you and I decide, even if I was 32 and you were 28
Now,
today, and you
would
were
be
like, I have an idea, this
be
thing, I'd be like,
that's
oh,
not a good idea.
That's not a good idea.
You better figure something else out.
Oh, that idea's bad. Like Colby. So come up with a different idea.
More of a Monterey Jack type
More of
idea.
a Monterey Jack idea. So that's awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
we're very lucky.
like today, I'm 32, you're 28. We don't get to do this thing that we've done for 15 and a half years.
Probably not.
No, like definitely not.
I mean, I like to think that our magic, our chemistry,
our magic would
would transcend any time that we would rise to the middle,
to the bottom, rise to the
Rising
way bottom,
middle, sink to the middle.
Sink to close really near the bottom.
888-842-2357 is our toll-free voicemail.
And everything happens for a reason.
We have a website.
All you can do is laugh.
UhhYeahDude.com.
Breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, dinner like a pauper. It all comes out in the wash.
You can find me on Patreon. I'm sorry. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Patreon. You can find me on Instagram, Jonathan Larroquette, and
Desert.
also Twitch TV. Broadcasting there a few days a week, doing more music focused oriented stuff. And join the UhhYeahDude Discord. Hit me up or hit someone else up that if you need
make a friend over there.
There's plenty.
Right?
There's plenty.
Like-minded people.
Plenty of groups, plenty of different areas.
Like-minded
you can go and
sense of humor.
You can talk about episodes. You can talk about music that was on episodes.
Talk about TV shows.
You can talk about TV shows.
Talk about movies.
There's even a meme section, which makes me a little woozy, but hey,
for it.
People are down. But no, seriously, go to the Discord. It's a good place to go. Keep people abreast of any announcements or updates or get some of your questions or queries answered. But yeah, most importantly, consider pledging to us, and if nothing else, come back for 874.
The idea, I mean, you invented podcasting. We can do the podcast in good faith because of that because it's, you can say to somebody, do a podcast, and then when they make the face, you're okay to stand with your chest proud and say, oh no, I started in February of 2006.
Oh yeah.
And then they have to be incomprehensible. You have to give them a moment to process.
Yeah.
And then they'll just come back with awestruck, essentially, because then certainly the response I get most often is, oh, you're the very first podcast.
Oh, so you're the very first one.
Oh!
So it was you.
So you did it. Yes. So I say to them, when you're enjoying all of your murder mysteries and your scripted dramas and your politics and sports and such, you have Jonathan and I to thank.
Yeah.
So any podcast you listen to that you're enjoying in whatever category it falls under,
You can
really just thank us.
Thank us.
Thank us.
Think about us.
Thank us on Patreon. $5.
Seatbelts.
Seatbelts.